Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to UCTV presented by Unitas Caritas. We are live here at Theo Riddick Field in Somerville, New Jersey. Immaculata is taking on Camden Catholic in the first round of the NJSIAA playoffs. We went away straight away into game action as we are underway. Immaculata controls the opening tip, and they will be going on their first offensive possession. We join you here on a beautiful day here at Theo Riddick. So we're underway for some game action. Immaculata being very tempered in their first offensive possession as they score a quick goal right in there. Immaculata goes ahead quickly on Camden Catholic, 1-0. Good start for the Spartans. We will bring you some starting lineup graphics, statistical information, and other relevancies in just a moment. As Immaculata is led by head coach David Hobson. They are 11-9 on the year, 0-2 in the Skyline Valley Conference, but they are looking to make things happen here in the first round of the playoffs. So we get ready to go again. Immaculata is off and running. That last goal, as I forgot to mention, was scored by number 38, Quinn Hayden, the sophomore for the Spartans. Immaculata takes a second offensive possession.
Yeah, thanks for introducing me to the broadcast, Jacob.
I don't need it. You're a man who needs no introduction, Patrick. You could just chime in whenever you feel pleased to.
Well, thank you for that wise statement. As we saw there, Immaculata, as you said, off to the hot start. Number 38, Quinn Hayden, the sophomore who has come alive here late in the season. He's been a goal scorer and a distributor for the Immaculata Spartans. And he got off to a quick start there, ripped a shot, and got by the Camden Catholic goalie.
As another one rings off the post, that one's going to go out and away. And Immaculata is going to keep possession down in Camden Catholic's territory.
A good first sequence here for the Spartans. That one coming right off the crossbar by Nolan Smith as Quinn tries another ripper from deep, and that ball goes out of bounds. Immaculata is going to retain possession.
Immaculata being very competitive early on in this first quarter, making sure they get their chances, and they certainly have. I know they would just love to convert another one as Quinn and Cole, the brothers, work up top. Little pass behind the net, tossed in, and a hard hit laid on there from Camden Catholic. Knocks over Tyler Pollock there, the senior. But once again, Immaculata still threatening around the goal. They throw that in to Quinn. Hot shot high, sent over the top from Sanford. But Immaculata is possessing that ball back behind the net and just getting shot after shot against this Camden Catholic team so far.
Yeah, very good to see here early. Number 38, Quinn Hayden, being assertive with the shot right now. That's 3 shots so far for him early in this game as he shoots again high.
And that's another one, just sends that high at the crossbar. Immaculata again in position. They are just peppering this Irish lacrosse net early on.
Yeah, Jake spoke to Coach Hobson earlier before the game, and he was really pleased at the Immaculata showing against Pingree last time they played on the home field. And Immaculata just came up short against a top 10 team in the state, 7-5. So Coach Hobson was really pleased coming into this game with how his team's playing, and it's going to translate well in the state tournament as Immaculata has a very, very tough bracket to get through. As this year, the NJSIA, as Immaculata shoots and scores a wraparound from Tyler Pollock. 2-0 here, early Spartans.
Beautiful shot there by Tyler Pollock. Puts the Spartans up 2-0.
Yeah, just to finish off what I was saying is the NJSIA loaded all the non-public teams into one bracket this year. So there's about 25 to 30 teams that the Spartans are in the bracket with, and a lot of these teams are top rated in New Jersey, so definitely a tough draw for the Spartans to get through, but very pleased so far coming out here early. 2-0 lead already.
No doubt about it. We're going to take a quick look at the starting lineup for the Spartans. At the attack positions, we've got Nolan Smith, Ryan Prisco, and Owen Sanford leading up the three front, followed by our midfielders, Cole Hayden, Riley Rohrbach, and Quinn Hayden. Those two brothers could potentially be on the field for the final time, but they're going to make sure they keep that going. Defense between Braden Bernaz, Joe Amably, and Alex Kozaritz. And finally, in net for the Spartans, senior Kyle Holtby. So that's your starting 11 for the Immaculata Lacrosse team, as they have already gotten out to a little bit of a lead here, 2-0 early on in this first quarter. And as I look back up from the scoreboard graphic, once again, Immaculata possessing in Camden Catholic territory. That one was passed over to Pollock, but he could not get that one through. Immaculata holding on strongly. Sanford does a nice spin move and picks that one up, running around into the back of the net.
Exceptional ground ball pickup there by Owen Sanford. First true ball that was on the ground, and Immaculata comes out with it as Cole Hayden loses his footing, and Camden Catholic's going to go the other way and try to break the zone.
Camden Catholic's first offensive opportunity in the other side. Is good to have that squirting all the way out to the goal. Kyle Holtby is way out of position and picks that one up cleanly, sends it off to one of his defenders. And Holtby doing a little bit of a run out across the field, going one-on-one. Immaculata sending that high across the other side of the field, touching Hayden, who's had a little bit of footing issues early on in this couple campaign. But Immaculata's going to hold once again, and Sanford's running with it down the right side.
Right now, Immaculata controlling the pace of the game. Great job, actually an exceptional job by Riley Rohrbach, winning the first three faceoffs of the game and giving the Spartans possession as another one goes through for number 15, Tyler Pollock, his second of the game. The Spartans are up 3-0 here early.
Spartans are showing their prowess in this contest so far, looking like, quite frankly, a completely different team this year. They were 12-7 on the year. They played well, but you know, this first half has been overtly exceptional for them so far. So I know Coach Hobson and the team is happy with this start, and they're going to look to continue with that moving forward. Good update the score clock here to get you as accurate as we can. We have 6 minutes and 37 seconds left to go here in this first quarter, mind you. First round of the NJSIAA playoffs. Looks like we have a bit of a timeout, so we'll be back with you momentarily. We're back here at UCTV after the timeout. Immaculata trying to possess another face-off. And that one falls out of bounds near the Camden Catholic line, and they're going to take over possession. Speaking of Camden Catholic, give you a little bit of a rundown on them. They are led by head coach Joseph Belloni. They were 9-6 on the year and 4-2 in the Olympic National Conference play that they had. They're currently on a 3-game win streak, beating St. Joseph Hamilton, Rancocas Valley, and Roman Catholic Pennsylvania in their last 3 contests. So both the Spartans and Camden Catholic have had a nice season so far, and obviously both want to keep the dream alive here in the first round. As Camden Catholic sets up their offense in the Spartans' territory, the first of its kind in this contest. As Camden Catholic fires a wide shot, picked up by Holtby, who runs it over in the back of the net. And Holtby sends it out to one of his defenders, and we're going to go off once again. Immaculata making a quick press down into the inside. Quick shot in from Sanford, shoots it low. Great block there from the Irish. Good play there overall from the Camden Catholic defense, led by their goalie number 9 in net, RJ Logan, the sophomore for them.
Yeah, first real nice stop there by Camden Catholic. I like what Immaculata did off that turnover. Holtby got it out, and they were looking in transition, and Nolan Schmidt just fired wide, but definitely a great game plan by Coach Hobson and squad. Coming out here, being assertive, not spending too much time in their possession to not get off a good shot, and just a really good blueprint right now to start the first period.
Yeah, Pat, you make a very good point there. And I know in previous games we've talked a lot about how they kind of have more of a slow-paced offense and whatnot, but so far in this quarter, they've just come out firing on all fronts. You know, quick possessions, lots of shots up, lots of opportunities, and you know, retaining those opportunities when the shots miss. It's a little bit of a different game plan we've seen executed from the Spartans, and it's worked in their favor so far, as unfortunately for them, a little bit of a miss pass over to Quinn Hayden sends that one out of bounds, and the Irish are going to take over.
Yeah, just as we talked about Immaculata having good possessions and being assertive, another turnover there by the Spartans.
The announcer jinx knows no bounds for anybody. It's Camden Catholic looking for some space over in the midfield area. Looking to set up a little bit of an offense. You got a good shot on goal. They got one shot on goal so far, but that one was saved by Holtby, the left side of the net.
Just a little update to all of our followers about the National Championship lacrosse game that went on yesterday with Cornell beating Maryland. Just a story about DePaul and one of the players, their alumni, now holds the all-time lead in goals record in NCAA history, and they were successful. There's 2 brothers on the Cornell team, and they had a big win against Maryland to claim a national title. So just a little lacrosse note for you.
Yeah, a little bit of Central Jersey excellence being displayed on in the college front, and I'm sure there's a great deal of guys from the Immaculata program that are going to look to write their own history in their future college endeavors.
Great job right there by Braden Bernaz, breaking the zone. Wild shot there from Immaculata, but talk about Bernaz. He's back from injury. We didn't see him the last couple of times we were broadcasting, and he's a senior, and this could be his last game, so shows a lot of effort and heart right now that he's out there playing with his fellow seniors.
Absolutely. It's always a tough thing to come back from an injury, but also to, be able to contribute willingly, especially in a big game like this, is, very, very momentous for both him and the rest of the team. And just even talking in that little tidbit between us, Immaculata's gotten 3 shots off. They steal another one. Cole Hayden sends it over the middle to Sanford. Sanford gets crushed over the middle, and that one gets knocked out.
Good check there by Camden Catholic's lawn stick. Cole Hayden picking off the pass in the zone, creating a transitional opportunity for the Immaculata Spartans, and a good defensive play by Camden Catholic's lawn stick. Immaculata still retains possession, however, after a turnover from Camden Catholic.
Yeah, even on a valiant shot attempt, Sanford went back there and fought for that ball and ended up with it. And now Cole Hayden possesses it at the top once again. Immaculata just absolutely dominating this first quarter so far, both on the offensive possession and the shot side. As they're looking to get quick passes, flipping it around, Sanford throws into Quinn across to Cole. Cole makes a move over the middle, long shot, top bar, no good. Sanford recovery, shoots it in the side. Owen Sanford off the rebound from Cole Hayden. Knocks that one in the back of the net to go 4-0.
The Spartans staying with the play there, Jake. Bounces it off after the crossbar hit by Cole Hayden. Owen Sanford right there. The man on the mission. Sanford puts it in. 4-0 Spartans here early.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play by both, quite frankly, all of the teams so far. But Cole Hayden had an absolute ripper, and the goalie could not take care of it. Sanford saw it in the air, got a rebound, and knocked that one right in. Gives the Spartans a 4-0 lead early on here in the first half. Late in the first quarter, we have about 1 minute and 28 seconds left to play.
First face-off win there for the Camden Catholic. Riley Roback has done a great job, as I mentioned earlier, winning these face-offs, but this is the first time Camden Catholic has won, and they're in Immaculata zone. Immaculata looking to pitch a shutout here in the first period.
Yeah, we always talk about the guys that score the goals and get on offense, but you know, obviously one of the unsung heroes of the game is, you know, a guy like Riley Rohrback getting those face-offs and you know, getting his team in position to win. Kind of like playing offensive line, right, Pat?
Yeah, being an amateur and watching lacrosse, from my view, the most important position in lacrosse so far, in my sense, is the face-off man, because that's the man that wins a possession. And in lacrosse, there's a scarcity of possessions. And definitely Riley Rohrback has done a great job today early in the first period.
Absolutely. They always say it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But I think this is one of those rare exceptions where, you know, with a guy like Riley, you got to be able to start to finish. So he gets the Spartans going, starting them in their offensive possession, and they take care. And another beautiful shot. Cole Hayden, the Richmond commit, smacks that one in the back of the net to make it 5-0.
Oh, we're off to a hot start here, Jake. 5-0 here early, and Cole Hayden inserts himself into the scoring column, rips one past the Camden Catholic goalie. It's all Immaculata here in the first period.
Yeah, and you could see the wonderful replay there of the Cole Hayden goal, courtesy of the jack-of-all-trades standing to the left of me, Rob Hellwig, the technician, the magician, whatever else you want to say.
I got a bunch of other words to say about him. Rob Hellwig, the man in the middle, the man in the shadows, that's him, the vice president of the Unitas Caritas Foundation, and we thank him once again for all the things he does for this great school.
No doubt. And as we give our flowers to other members of our program, we have our beautiful center camera shot here from our very own Serafina Rosati, and our co-commentator Patrick Frauenheim in on the Zoom shots as well. As Camden Catholic tries to get something involved in the end of the first quarter, but nothing comes of it. Immaculata leads 5-0 at the end of one. We'll be back with you here momentarily on UCTV. Welcome back to UCTV here. You're live for the start of the second quarter of the NJS IAA playoffs. First round, Immaculata leads 5-0 over Camden Catholic. And Immaculata, despite switching sides, getting right on the offensive possession again. Riley Rohrback with another face-off win.
Yeah, 4 for 5 here early for Riley Rohrback. Immaculata gets the first possession here to start the second period. I'm expecting the Spartans to take a little time on this possession, up 5-0. Set in and run a good set.
Yeah, we'll see what goes, but I would also assume for the duration of this contest they will continue with this high-octane shooting offense because, as the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they have been doing quite well so far with this game plan. I'm sure Coach Hobson and the rest of the Spartans team are very comfortable with the position they are in after one.
Yeah, and definitely, like we said earlier, the strength of schedule the Immaculata Spartans face towards the end of the year has truly prepared them to come in this game and really come out here firing. They played 4 of the top 20 teams in the state their past 6 games. And just coming out here, just seeing them, they're a different team than last time we broadcasted. They're assertive, they're scoring, they're playing together, and Coach Hobson on the sideline truly loves this play from the Immaculata Spartans.
Yeah, Immaculata had a dominating win in the first round of the Somerset County tournament versus Montgomery, and then lost to a tough Bridgewater Raritan team.
Oh, just off the crossbar there from Cole Hayden.
They're still fighting for the ball on the ground. Immaculata has been relentless in pursuing those ground balls, as we're still looking for it.
A big check there. The stick goes flying in the air, and there's a whistle blown. Camden Catholic comes out with it. Wow.
Camden showing a little bit of fight with a bad pass.
Interception there. Owen Sanford.
Sanford doing his best Patrick Surtain impression on that one.
That looked like Patrick Frauenheim back in the day, picking up a vertical crosser over the middle. Hawk-eye figure there from Owen Sanford. We've seen that twice. We saw Cole Hayden pick one off in the first period, and Owen Sanford there. Truly, the Spartans aren't giving up on the play.
Yeah, it looks like Immaculata just knows where they're going to pass these. As a rip up top from Pollock.
A good save there by Camden Catholic's goalie, getting the stick down and playing that bounce.
Yeah, good one there by Logan. Hot shot from the outside from Pollock, but again, Immaculata's got to be happy with it because they're just getting possession after possession going.
Yeah, Immaculata pressuring well with the lawn stick trying to get the ball out.
Oh,
Loose
they're
ball
right
on the
by
ground.
us. They're coming in right to us. Oh, boy, look at that shot, huh?
Yeah. By yours truly, look at that. Not anywhere pressed by the intense pressure there in the battle. Patrick Frauenheim kept the steady camera there.
I don't know,
Thank
Pat.
you very
I think
much.
I saw the light flash before your eyes over there for a moment.
I almost gave up on the camera.
Yeah. Almost a full bailout. But, you know, as you recall during basketball and, heck, even during football season, we're not unfamiliar to seeing the gameplay run into the booth. So, you know, that was pretty much kind of the first of its kind in this spring action so far.
I mean, if that was you, you know, you'd be running out.
Oh, yeah. They'd be afraid to run into me.
Another shot there from the Spartans. Good look in front of the net. Nolan Smith unable to finish. But another good look for the Immaculata Spartans.
Yeah. And Pat, you were talking a little bit before about how this Spartan team faced some vaulted teams in their recent contests. They faced the likes of teams like Notre Dame, Summit, Pingree. They actually picked up a win against Notre Dame and lost a close one versus Pingree 7-5 in their last game, which was 3 days ago. So, you know, ever since we last covered them, they have just really looked on top of their stuff so far.
Yeah, just look at this play right now. Camden Catholic not able to get it out of the Immaculata's offensive zone. Just Immaculata doing a great job back-checking Camden Catholic right now. Just possession after possession, the Spartans are winning.
Yeah, Immaculata.
Another one
rip.
off the crossbar from Cole Hayden. That's 3 here in the first half from Cole Hayden off the pipe.
That was a high fly ball deep out into right field. I thought Juan Soto was going to camp under that one for a moment.
Yeah, let's not talk about Juan Soto.
Hey man, it's we still got 13 years. We can figure it out.
If you say one more thing about Juan Soto, I'll throw in a golf reference.
Oh no. Well, I'll get ahead of the curve and throw in a golf reference here as Quinn Hayden shoots that one wide right, pretty eminent of Patrick's driver.
I'll correct you. They're pretty close in numbers. That was number 39, Cole Hayden, on the shot, who is not a fan of the crossbar here this afternoon. He's seeing too much metal in his dreams right now.
You know, are you sure? Is that 30? Is that 38 or 39?
Well, it was number 39 who just put one through. Cole Hayden scores his second of the game, 6-0 Immaculata Spartans.
It was Cole, as we'll take a replay on that. Fires that one in the top corner. Immaculata goes up 6-0. You know, we were talking about the offensive possession Immaculata has shown so far, and once they switched for the second quarter, they've been down on the far side of the field this entire time. I almost need to take my binoculars out of my backpack so I can see.
Yeah, you might want to get that one checked out. But nonetheless, here's number 31, Riley Roback, set to take another face-off for the Immaculata Spartans. He's been magnificent today at midfield.
6-0 Spartans lead. We look for the face-off.
Roback battling hard on the ground now. Whistle blown, Immaculata's ball. Riley Roback with another win for the Immaculata Spartans.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the face-offs, too. You don't win it initially, but you can also still win it with grit at the end. Roback didn't get that one hit behind him initially. It was Camden Catholic's possession, but he dove right in there and got his stick on the ball and came up with the possession, and Immaculata is in territory once again. Pollock controls up top. 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to go.
Yeah, Camden Catholic just searching for a stop here right now. Even after a missed shot by the Spartans, they're always, as this one gets picked off, but Immaculata comes out with it. Looked like it was an indecisive move from the goalie there from Camden Catholic to go after that ball.
Yeah, you know, at a point in this contest, things are always just too early to call, as that's a nice scoop up there for Logan.
Yeah, that's two in this period that we saw. Logan getting on the ground and protecting the 5-hole and, you know, judging a ground ball well on the shot and getting another save. He needs some help from his Camden Catholic offense, as they had a hard time breaking the Immaculata zone, as another ball is loose on the ground. And it's going to be awarded to Immaculata. Again, Camden Catholic can't break the Spartan zone.
We're a little over halfway through this second quarter, and I can't even recall if Camden's had an opportunity on the offensive possession yet. It's just been absolutely dominating on the possessive front.
Yeah, recipe for success is keeping the ball in your offensive zone and chasing after missed shots, and Immaculata has just truly won the hustle effort today. So far in this game, we got a long time to go.
A little misplay there. Still on the ground. So they're fighting for it down on the far side of the field. No one's come up with it yet.
Another ground ball battle, and the Spartans come out with it again. Every ground ball seems to be going the Spartans' way.
Even when the Spartans force unforced errors on their own self, they come up with it cleanly. Is that a goal from Sanford?
That is a goal. Owen Sanford slingshots it in from a weird angle and gets the Spartans another goal, 7-0. Owen Sanford is second today.
Yeah, let's see if we can take a look at that one again. Looks like we're a little bit past that point. We had to get the official confirmation from the referee, but they played that one off so nonchalantly, I couldn't even tell if it went in.
Yeah, not much celebration from the Spartans here, and that's just a true dominating fashion right now, up a touchdown.
Yeah, that's just taking care of business. Yeah, last time I saw a 7-0 score like this, it was a pass from Cole to Quinn at Torpy Field in what town, Patrick?
In Bridgewater, New Jersey.
That's right.
Jake had some fan email claim to him that it was indeed Bridgewater and not Somerville. So
Hey, man, everyone has to, everyone makes mistakes their first time. As Immaculata, not surprisingly, holding offensive possession once again. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the first half. Immaculata tossing it around to Pollock, over to Sanford. Throws it up top. Camden Catholic is finally showing some aggression on the back attackers behind the net, and they were not doing that at all until just now. And Immaculata was just free rolling shots, quite frankly, which I'm not too sure about the specifics of that.
And we have a milestone. Camden Catholic has broken midfield and have the ball in the Spartans' end.
As we have the ball out of play, it looks like we have a timeout, and we'll bring you a little live update from Diamond Nation in Flemington, New Jersey. If you take a look at the score bug in the bottom right, we have the NJSIAA non-public A playoffs first round going on between Immaculata and Camden Catholic. They're currently in the top of the second. Camden Catholic leads 1-0, so definitely quite a different score between the lacrosse and baseball teams, but, you know, they are both facing off against each other in two different sports today.
Did you say it was 1-0 Camden Catholic?
Yes, Camden Catholic's up 1-0, currently in the top of the second.
Very early, but definitely a first-round trap game from the Immaculata Spartans as Camden Catholic comes into the game with a 4-19 record. Immaculata, definitely the Spartans baseball needs to take care of business there in the first round.
Yeah, the baseball team has long been solidified on their defensive prowess, so low-scoring games is where they achieve their best. And also, since we've last been on the broadcast, Immaculata baseball won their Somerset County final tournament against Basking Ridge in the score of 3-0. Winning pitcher on the day was Jackson Traco. So congrats to the Immaculata baseball team. And on the other flip side of things, the Immaculata softball team also won 3-0 in the Somerset County finals by the works of freshman pitcher Maddie Falvey, who
phenom.
Most recently, not even in that Somerset County game we're referencing, threw a perfect game in a 1-0 shutout. And I mean, Patrick, you know, in baseball, Major League Baseball history, there's only been, you know, a couple dozen perfect games in history, so that is no feat to slam at, even at the high school level.
Yeah, and the girls right now have won 6 straight games and just knocked off a top team in the state coming after their Watch on Hills win. So the girls really have everything right now on the train ride going far in the tournament, and behind the freshman phenom, she could take them wherever she wants to. And she's got 3 more years left to be a Spartan, so that's the most impressive thing.
Yeah, Maddie Falvey is certainly putting the Somerset County softball area on watch with this, quite frankly, not only dominating but maybe historic performance from a freshman. So that's going to be very exciting to see for the school the next few years. But in summation, both the Somerset County tournaments belong to the Immaculata Spartans in baseball and softball. And you know what they say, Patrick, all roads lead through Somerville, right in the heart of where Immaculata is. So they've shown that accordingly on the baseball diamond and the softball diamond. As we return to some relevant game action here on the field, Immaculata boasts a 7-0 lead in the second quarter. 3 minutes left to play. Another close shot put on, stopped by Camden Catholic, and Camden Catholic already has lost possession. Immaculata is going to make a run of their own down the offensive possession once again.
Yeah, Immaculata looking to close out this period strong with a 7-0 lead. Last offensive possession they had before this one was a good look in front of the net, but a great save by Camden Catholic's goalie. He's made a couple in a row as Hayden tries a big check on the sideline.
Yeah, another quick, another baby check right in front of our commentator / camera operator Patrick.
You might have to put me in the Rob Hellway category, the jack of all trades.
Pat's trying to win his best video production award at the Emmys soon, so he's trying to get his portfolio up and ready for that. It's Camden Catholic looking to get a formidable shot off. I can really only recall one shot that they've gotten on goal, which Holtby saved in the first period.
Yeah, all it takes is one, though, to get some momentum, and they definitely need one before the end of this first half.
Oh, absolutely. Camden Catholic is not going to be able to eliminate the deficit that they've created, but it is pivotal for them to go into half with some sort of momentum, as a bad pass allows the Spartans to recover deep in their own territory.
Yeah, it looks like the pass was there in front of the net, just a mishandle there by the Camden Catholic attacker, as Immaculata looks to get another one in transition.
Hot shot on the ground, another nice save there from the Irish. But Immaculata picks up the rebound, and they're going once again. 1 minute left in the first half. As they're holding that one around.
Yeah, we're under a minute now here in the second period. Immaculata might save here for the last shot.
We'll see what they got going on here. Sanford tosses that over to Connor Stevens, who has a goal on the day already as well. Down to about 35 seconds. Another rip at the top. Saved by Lewis. That one was probably going to go over the back anyways, but Camden Catholic is going to try to make a run down, crossing midfield, going up the middle. Met by Hayden. Tossed in. Shot, saved by Holtby. Chipped out, 12 seconds left to go. And a pretty evident trip there, nothing called.
Camden Catholic gets their first quality shot on goal, but it's going to take a lot more to get by the Division I St. Joe's commit, Kyle Holtby, the all-time leading saves record in Immaculata history, surpassing his brother, Kevin Holtby.
Yeah, the name Holtby has shown dominance at this school over the last 8 years, so that's our final here at the first half. Immaculata 7, Camden Catholic 0. Here in the first round of the NJSIAA playoffs. We're here at Immaculata High School, the wonderful Theo Riddick Field, for halftime. So with that being said, we will join you back momentarily.
We may or may not have an interview with Coach Hobson from our very own Serafina.
Okay, well, we'll see what we can draw up there. But for now, we will take you to break, and we'll see you at the second half.
I gotta bring the camera up. Hold it to crossbar.
All right, folks, we're going to go over Patrick with Coach Hobson for a brief interview. Stay tuned. We'll be there momentarily.
Welcome to UCTV. I'm here with Coach Hobson. You guys have had a wonderful first half. What do you plan to do for the next half?
We want to continue to share the ball on the offensive end. I think the guys have done a nice job of that. Defensively, we want to make sure that we're getting into our spots and communicating where the ball is. But most importantly, we've been riding the ball really well, keeping it on our offensive end, which has helped a lot.
Great job.
Thank you.
All right, that's our very own Serafina Rosati with one of her first interviews. Great job, Serafina. And thank you again for the camera work that you're doing for us. And we're going to be back with the game momentarily. But in the meantime, we have an update for you. Immaculata baseball. Immaculata has come storming back 3-1 now in the Spartans' favor. We're going to get an update on the inning. We think it might be in the third, but we're going to confirm that for you. So Spartans have come back 3-1 over Camden Catholic in the non-public day playoffs in baseball. So stay tuned here. We have all the info for you, lacrosse and baseball, as we get started here shortly. So stay tuned.
In that halftime interview, Jacob, your very own, was on the camera, so I'll take over duties before he gets back into the booth. 7-0 here, Spartans at the end of the first half. Riley Roback wins another faceoff. Talked to Coach Hobson at halftime, and he was just so impressed by number 31. And yet, here he is again, winning a faceoff for the Spartans. And a ground ball here. Nolan Smith battling for it. Cole Hayden comes out with it. Spartans win another ground ball. Spartans need to keep the momentum that they ended the first half with to get this win. You know, as I said earlier, all it takes is one from Camden Catholic to get their feet under them.
Hello, is this thing on?
Yes, it is. You kind of stole my spotlight.
Oh, sorry. You can keep going if you want.
We were having a minute as Quinn Hayden rips one wide. Spartans get a close call. And talking to Coach Hobson at halftime, we talked about some terminology, and he says that me and you are going to have to take a lesson, you know, in the next pregame if the Spartans win this. As a shot here gets through the 5-hole. Cole Hayden, a hat trick. Coach Hobson claps his hands in applause. 8-0 here, Spartans. But we were talking earlier, Jacob, about the Camden Catholic not being able to get it out of the Spartan zone. The Spartans defense was doing a good job at riding them. It's called a ride. So keep that in your notebook for the next terminology we use.
Wait, so you're telling me you were talking to Hobson and he said we needed some linguistics practice?
Well, I kind of offered it and said, hey, Coach, you know, we're very limited here in the booth, but
he offered
a lesson. So
if I could get like a little dictionary, like glossary reference sheet, you know, I'm all for it.
Yeah, you can't even get a roster sheet, so probably won't be getting that soon. As Riley Roback with another face-off win.
Well, quite frankly, as long as the Spartans keep playing like this, then, you know, that's the main focus of what we want at the end of the day, right? So, you know, we're all getting our practice in, whether it's calling games or interviews. So, you know, everything's going all right over here for both the Spartans and UCTV.
Is everything going right for Rob Hellwig is the true question.
I think Rob Hellwig is doing quite all right. And I mean, oh my goodness, Patrick. I know you're not looking at the screen right now, but I have another update from the NJSIAA non-public A playoffs.
Grand Salami?
We last gave an update in the top of the second. Camden Catholic was leading 1-0. We're currently in the bottom of the third, and Camden Catholic is down 7-1 to the Spartans. The Spartans put up a 7 clip in the bottom of the second.
Let me interrupt your update, as another goal there by Tyler Pollock improves the lead to 9-0. Immaculata almost in the mercy rule.
Wow. I mean, Immaculata, all of a sudden, the tables have turned tremendously. I mean, my goodness. Wow, Immaculata. The baseball team at one point almost had the same amount of points, goals, runs, whatever you can say relative as the lacrosse team at half, and Immaculata's already put this up to a 9-0 game. So Immaculata sitting pretty and in the driver's seat in both baseball and lacrosse so far today against Camden Catholic. Just not a good day for the Irish so far today.
Yeah, Camden Catholic still in the second half, having a tough time picking up a ground ball. Spartans win another one on the ground as a good pass here in front. Ground ball shot is wide.
That one misses there. 9 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Going to try to fix this score clock up here momentarily. And looks like we're good to go once again. And looks like we're going to just reset the field momentarily. And Camden Catholic's going to take over at midfield. And they're off and running once again.
Hey, be patient.
Camden Catholic running a little bit of a smooth offense so far. Camden Catholic has not found themselves in the back of the net yet. They've gotten a couple good shots on goal. As another hot shot save there from Kyle Holtby. And Immaculata is going to take over on the possession once again. Kyle Holtby gets that one out all clean. Immaculata is going to go on the run. Number 18, Connor Stevens running that one up. Bad toss over. Camden Catholic on the ground, recovers it, and they're going to go on their way. Stick knock out there from Sanford. Sanford picks it up. Now he's going down. Good defensive play from there. Sends it over to Cole. Cole looking around, moving to the backside.
Yeah, that check right there by Owen Sanford just looked like my NHL poke check from behind. I used to use that move very well against some of my friends. Won a lot of tournaments in high school playing that game as Cole Hayden rips one wide. Great job by Sanford there. Again, not giving up on the play and giving Immaculata another possession.
Yeah, Pat, thank you for that little soliloquy about your Chell playing days. And
well, at least I didn't call it Chell.
Hey, man, that's what the cool kids call it, right?
I know, you're letting them in on the secrets.
You got to know ball. Or puck, rather. Pollock sends it into Sanford. Sanford rips that one off the top bar. And Immaculata is going to be closest to it. That one's going to be picked up by Nolan Smith. Back into Cole Hayden. Cole Hayden driving through traffic. Sends it over to Smith. Hot shot across and a good save there by R.J. Lewis. Or R.J. Logan, rather. Another bad pass. Pollock picks it up for the Spartans. He's got a free run, 1v2. He's going to go across. Steps back out, sends it over to Sanford. Sanford's going to reset and send it back. 7 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Third quarter, rather, second half. Good ball movement once again. Rip shot from the Spartans. And that one's put in the back of the net. That one looked like a Ryan Auten fastball right there as Hayden drills that in the back. We'll take a look at this one once again.
It was not his friend in the first half, but looks like Cole and the Metal have truly come in the connectivity of using each other for the Immaculata 10-0 lead.
Were you trying to make a engineering joke?
No,
I
mean I was trying to hit you with like a Jim Nance reference.
A little Mr. Kadersha action.
Yeah. That's chemistry, I guess. No, more engineering.
Yeah, I mean,
Mr. Kadersha was great too. Shout out Alan Frank if he's listening to this. Me and Alan had some great times in Mr. Kadersha's class.
All the teachers at Immaculata are just the cream of the crop around here at Central Jersey, and we loved all of them. So
wonderful, great teachers, great environment. Why not be a Spartan?
Absolutely, Immaculata. I'm running out of verbiages to explain what dominating is, but Immaculata now extends their lead to double digits. This is a rout if I've ever seen one. As Immaculata is back deep in the offensive possession once again. Hayden controlling.
Well, instead of verbiage, I can give you more words of dominating. Just look at a scorecard from when me and Jake match up on the golf course.
I'm muting your mic. We don't need it. We don't need to hear this fake news. It's Immaculata showing fine ball movement once again. Sanford up top. Throws a ripper. Misses that one wide left. Immaculata still closest again. That's Nolan Smith back there. He's going to pick it up. Start it all over once again.
Yeah, I wonder if someone's checking in on Kyle Holpe down there. He's looking a little lonely over there. A good sign to have as a goalkeeper. Not a lot of people in your own zone, and very chilled day for Kyle so far.
Yeah, thankfully for Kyle, he broke the all-time saves record back last year when he was a junior, so it's not like he needs any more work back in net there. So, he's having a little bit of an off day so far, but in the few saves he does have, I think he's got 3 or 4 today. They were very good. So, showing his athleticism back there in net as he's pitching a shutout so far alongside his Spartans. And looks like we have a timeout here. 5 minutes and 27 seconds left to play in the third quarter. And we'll be back with you momentarily here on UCTV. We're back here at Theoretic Field. Your UCTV Immaculata boasts a 10-0 lead in the third quarter, the first round of the NJSIAA playoffs.
A little touchdown and a field goal for Immaculata so far in the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, so far we have a rushing touchdown from Desir Spilly and a 29-yard field goal from Mitch Carr.
Money Mitch Carr, that is.
Money Mitch Carr, who actually is a lacrosse player in his own correct, number 10. He's got a goal so far here on the UC broadcast, our first one of the year. He put one in the top shelf. As we get a quick little shot of him over there. So, speaking of being up 10-0. It's Immaculata playing a rare defense so far today. And quite frankly, if this score keeps up, we could probably see Mitch Carr in the game at some point next quarter. As that shot misses high for the Irish, and they're going to retain the possession once again, working up at the top. Not much going around at the top so far. Camden Catholic looking to find an entrance somewhere in this potent Immaculata defense. But just nothing has been sticking for them so far in about 38 minutes of gameplay. So they try to shoot that one inside. Good stick movement by the Spartans. They come up with the turnover, and they're going on the run.
Great stick work there from the Spartans. Looks like Camden Catholic was settling in their possession, and the Immaculata's long sticks got after it. However, a quick turnover the other way from the Immaculata Spartans.
A rare error they weren't able to recover for the Spartans. Gives Camden Catholic another opportunity to start to get something up on this board. That one's loose on the ground.
Just a quick side note from the action, Jacob. If you switch to my camera angle and zoom in on this Camden Catholic goalie, that is blue netting. I don't know if you've ever seen that one before.
Oh, he's paying an homage to the Spartans today, maybe, right? As we move on fourth, Camden Catholic. Looking to make something break alongside. They're going to make a run on the right side. Immaculata has been playing good off-ball defense all over the place, making sure they're covering the cutters over the middle.
Yeah, to piggyback off of your note right there, the Immaculata Spartans be very vocal out here on defense. Definitely a great sign and something they practice a lot. I've heard some of their practices from inside the school, and they're pretty loud. And Coach Hobson has them playing right so far in the first round of the States.
Yeah. I'm sure you get a good view of practice every day.
Yeah, definitely. They play some very loud music too to upset the tempo. Definitely some techno in that.
Is it okay, or does it distract you from your work too much, Grandpa?
Bold statement, Cotton.
Let's see how it plays out. Well, we'll give you folks at home another quick update of the NJSIAA non-public A playoffs. Immaculata Spartan baseball over at Diamond Nation has extended their lead in the top of the fourth to 10-1. So Immaculata baseball and lacrosse are fighting to see who's going to score more. And Immaculata Lacrosse is going to put number 11 on the board, trying to outpace the baseball team. Take a look at that one once again. Running in from the backside there is the scorer for Immaculata, number 4, Nolan Smith, and a daunting 11-0 lead. The crowd from both sides here today is, quite frankly, relatively stunned, and it is library hour here on the fields right now, let me tell you.
Yeah, I could probably get a couple chapters in right now with this environment.
I'm sure this was the result most people weren't expecting from either side, you know. These are two, good level teams. It looks like
there was a hold there. Riley Roback again, another face-off. I mean, truly, if you're looking at the keys to the game for the Spartans, And you look at the face-off area, Robach is one of the major contributors to this 11-0 score. Seems like every face-off and ground ball is going the Spartans' way from the circle.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't have to be a long-time lacrosse player or lover or even watcher to just know Immaculata has just been so dominant on all sides of the ball so far. You know, take it from someone like Pat and I, who could probably use some linguistics training from Coach Hobson. It's pretty evident that even us can, you know, call this game accurately and just see how they have controlled the offensive possession, played defense, and, you know, initialized their possessions by winning face-offs time after time. As we run this down to about 40 seconds.
Yeah, I'd put it this way, Jacob. We're the comedic relief. I'm sure people understand our lacrosse ball knowledge is not up to par with some other sports. However, as a flag comes here,
we're merely just court gestures under a tent today.
Yes, you finished my statement. That's where I was going with that.
As we see a penalty flag on the field. Don't think there's pass interference in this game, but we'll listen in and see what we got going on. We're taking it over once again. Camden Catholic is looking at a score.
Looking to get on the board. That shot got blocked in front. Looks like it had some pace on that. Another shot here blocked. The Spartans playing tough here, up 11-0.
Kyle Holtby finally getting involved in the action once again. And we are done after 3. Immaculata up 11-0 after 3 quarters. We move on to the 4th here momentarily. So, with that being said, in between these quarter breaks, we'll give a quick shout out to our very own Unitas Caritas Foundation. The Unitas Caritas Foundation was started and founded in 2018 by a group of proud Spartan alumni who were dedicated to preserving the proud Spartan tradition. They help with various capital improvements of the school, student scholarships, and help you bring the best and most important broadcasts over here at UCTV. So if you'd like to chip out, help out, join us, we'd very much appreciate it. Head on over to www.unitascaritas.com, click and select the featured link, join the club. All it takes is a $19.66 donation to help keep the Spartan tradition alive. We appreciate every view. We appreciate every one of you that tune in and talk to us. And we also appreciate every one of your donations to help bring you the best product that we can out to the field when you can't make all the Spartan games.
And let me finish your statement there. Please follow us on Instagram at Unitas Caritas and like and subscribe on our streams.
Yep, and if you're not on Instagram, you can hit us on over at Facebook at the Unitas Caritas Foundation.
shot, though. You're staring at the ground.
As we bring you back to the start of the fourth quarter here on UCTV, Immaculata boasts a commanding 11-0 lead in the fourth quarter here. That face-off goes all the way out of bounds down around the 15-yard line of the field, and Immaculata is going to win it once again. We're back live. Immaculata deep in the Camden Catholic offensive territory. And I mean, at this point, I don't know if anyone has ever scored 12 goals in one quarter in lacrosse. So
No, but Tracy McGrady did score 13 points in 30 seconds.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would say at this point, it's, especially with the way these two teams have been playing, it's merely just a coronation at this point for the Spartans, and is probably just going to be a quarter of pretty much getting ready for next game and, you know, making sure to keep the job done, and also probably wanting to continue to play hard and get their guys that stamina playing the four quarters and making sure that, you know, they stay on top of things and never feel like any lead's too comfortable, because, you know, despite the pretty obvious standpoint of where this goes, you never want to be complacent, whether it's on or off the field.
It's a pretty good time for the Spartans right now to work on their sets, look to get multiple looks, and as a shot here gets ripped by the long stick, Bernaz out of bounds, Spartans ball. But back to what I was saying, it's definitely a good time to see, you know, especially underclassmen, see how they're playing and asserting themselves into varsity lacrosse. And for the seniors and juniors on right now in the starting lineup, chance to work on stuff.
Yeah, Immaculata has pretty much most of their whole starting rotation in. You know, the only thing that is left specifically for them to hold on to is, you know, see if they can pitch a shutout, honestly. And looks like Immaculata's going to hold on to that one, too. Oh, we have a whistle. See what the situation is here. And they're going to switch that over. It is Camden Catholic's ball. They're going to start on the interior possession. Honestly, now would be a... the Spartans have already shown how dominant they've been on the offensive so far, so I'm sure they would welcome the chance to get some of their defensive sets in and, you know, really work on that, as they really haven't had to that much so far, as Cole Hayden's playing a very aggressive top defense over there, almost gets a steal at midfield. Good communication from them out in the field. We can see them through the headsets. They had a runner through the middle. Pass just misses a little wide. The Irish are going to pick it up once again. Irish sending it over the back. Immaculata forcing pressure behind the net as well. Tough shot there. Misses wide right from the Irish. They're going to be closest to it, so they're going to get another shot again.
Yeah, this is the point for the Irish to just throw anything you get on net and see if one gets by Holpe. Definitely need to get on the board for a for confidence standpoint.
For sure, at this point, it's just all about chances, and Kyle Holpe makes another swell save there. Ball's on the ground. The Irish pick it up, showing a little bit of fight here in this fourth quarter. Shot off the post, misses. That one's flapping all over. The Irish playing better in this possession than we've seen them at all so far today.
Yeah, the medal has definitely been the MVP of this game. That is now the 5th shot off the crossbar for both teams.
Yeah, the medal might have more saves than Kyle Holpe today.
That is an interesting standpoint, John.
As the Irish try once again.
Oh, that was a great save there by Holpe. Shot rose up off the ground, and Holpe was there and stuck with it.
Yeah. Now I'm curious to think, Patrick. You know, we see this beautiful field here, Theoretic Field. It's all gray and decked out in blue, kind of in the Spartan colors. The feeling of the turf is wildly different from the green that we played on, and you know, I can only assume that the ball bounced so much harder and higher, you know, back when Holpe's brother Kevin played. So I'm really curious to see how the difference in turf on this home playing field has affected, you know, kind of how the lacrosse ball moves on the grounds.
Yeah, definitely. This is a very soft surface, as Immaculata replaced their turf back when we played. And maybe that's a brother argument from Kevin to Kyle that some of the shots Kevin was facing were coming off some wicked bounces off that old turf. But definitely this beautiful field Immaculata has now, a true gem of Somerset County.
You know, even at Diamond Nation when I played, we noted it in the first game that we did as a tough shot in there from Nolan Smith. Just misses, and a good play is made by the Irish, and the Irish are going to run across as well. Try to get something done here as we're heading towards just about the halfway point of the fourth quarter. But yeah, back to the point, Diamond Nation re-upped their turf this year as well. It's a lot more thicker and fuller and beautiful. So the hops at Diamond Nation, you know, on turf, hops are always pretty true anyways, but definitely the turf there was a bit more tighter and matted down just from all the years. So I feel like the ball rolls a lot different as well. So it's another hot shot into Holpe. Holpe makes another save, sends that over to Cole Hayden over the top. He's running midfield. He's got numbers 3-2, moves to the right, running through two guys, spins around, fires underhand, and misses that one on the ground. Second chance effort, looks to pick that one up. That one squirts over the top of the net, and that's a field goal. That one goes out of bounds, but Samford is back there to recover it. He sends that back up top to Pollock. We've reached the halfway point officially at 6 minutes. Immaculata looking to tack onto the lead once again. That shot's missed low and to the left over there by number 13, Ryan Prisco. And Immaculata is going to get it once again. They're just going to keep firing away. Prisco working up top again. Sends it over to Pollock. Pollock up top, over to Prisco. Prisco rings that one off the bar, as Patrick has noted. That's
Number
another
6,
one.
I made sure to write that one down.
Immaculata just absolutely abusing this lacrosse net today. There's just no other words about it. Pretty straightforward on that front. There's another fired in, another good save there by the Irish to Hayden. Prisco to Pollock. Pollock up top. Hayden sends it off. Prisco nails that one right at the Camden Catholic goalie. And RJ Logan makes yet another save. He has given up 11 goals today, but he hasn't had much help from the rest of his team and has made some quality saves on his own right when done. But he can't make the save on that one as number 4, Nolan Smith, goes top bar and makes this a 12-0 game. We'll take a look at this one again from that top angle. Good switch over, good shot right in the back of the net. Now Immaculata has got a dozen up on the board.
Yeah, I'm going to put this terminology into use. Another great ride action by Immaculata, forcing that turnover, getting a shot there from Nolan Smith, bagging one through. It's 12-0 now, Spartans.
Yeah, Immaculata making a statement here in the first round, and you can almost certainly say that this is going to be some supreme momentum that they have and they're going to need going into this contest. As it looks like they sent number 2 Jack Kane up there to do the what's it called? The midfield face-off. Immaculata's got their second starters in. And we have a new body in net who just made a Wonderful save.
Spectacular save. I had to double check if that was Kyle Holpian.
Yeah,
Great
right?
save there by the Spartans.
Yeah, that's in there. Number 36, the sophomore, Devlin Gaither, taking a ripper right in the gut and makes a great save on that one. As the Irish are still going to look for one. Good shot over.
Riley Roback still playing hard. Great check there in front of the net. You got to love this effort from the Spartan starter.
I mean, the score would probably dictate what I'm about to say, but, you know, just from the games we've called, this probably has to be, you know, the best game of the year for the Spartans. They've just played it so clean. And, you know, with their second starters in, they're going to get some healthy gameplay as early guys in state play, which, you know, is very valuable for these young guys, you know, being able to get that experience. It looks like Hayden tried a little bit of a behind-the-back trick shot there. Just missed that one left. Spartans are just having fun with it out here right now. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left to go.
The senior Bernaz trying to get a shot off. I think the whole crowd knew he was trying to rip one in there with a long stick.
Yeah. I mean, you see all these attackers with the short sticks, you know, they hit those spin moves and all that and, you know, got to run through traffic near the net. It's really hard to keep control of the stick when you got such a long one. It's pretty easy to pop that out, so definitely a hard chest for Bernaz. And Camden Catholic
avoids the shutout.
Yes. You're going to find some sort of positivity as they shoot that one in the bottom right corner of the net.
A nice strong move there by the Irish. Getting one on. 12-1 now. Spartans with 1:40 remaining here in the last period.
Yep, looks like that was number 18, Sean Leahy, the senior. So, you know.
Great sign from Camden Catholic still. You talked about a senior still playing hard in his last game as a Camden Catholic Irishman. And, you know, gets one on here for Camden Catholic to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, you know, that may not, while that might be your last goal, that may not come as, you know, such a great solace in an unfortunate loss like this. But, you know, there's a lot worse ways to go down than being eliminated and, you know, being able to get to states, you know, originally. But so is the nature of sports. Solemnly do many people go home happy. But Immaculata is going to keep this train running with another beautiful shot in the top of the net there for Nolan Smith. As Immaculata brings it up to 13-1 with 30 seconds and the clock running down here. And before we get to the end of the contest, we're going to get another quick run-in for the Spartans. Top of the fifth in the NJS IAA non-public A playoffs. Immaculata also dominating on the diamond as well, 11-1. I don't know if mercy rules come into effect in state play, but they would qualify it being up 10 after 5. So, you know, it seems like lacrosse makes it official, and they're moving on to the second round, and baseball trails not so far behind. But here at UCTV, we're at Theo Riddick Field as Immaculata Lacrosse sends an absolute statement rumbling through the NJS IAA playoffs. Could potentially be the largest margin of winning throughout the entire first round, and they are looking nice with their best game of the year, no doubt about it. So coming up momentarily, we're going to have some post-game analysis and potentially an interview. So we'll just take a look at the sights and scenes here as Immaculata moves on here in the state playoffs. And we will join you momentarily here on UCTV with the wrap-up of today's show. Welcome to UCTV. I'm here with our UCTV player of the game, Riley Rohrbach. Riley, a dominating 13-1 performance from you and the whole team so far. You won player of the game today, and that was off the hands of winning every face-off today but one. So tell me a little bit about how you became kind of a face-off person and, you know, how you believe that's important to the team, and what do you do every day to make sure you give your players the best offensive set every time out?
Yeah, so last year we didn't really have a guy coming in the season, so coach was looking for guys. I kind of started it, got the hang of it. Been working at it since. I don't know. Every goal starts with a possession, and if I could get that for our team, it's a huge help. So every face-off win is a huge contribution for the team. So yeah.
Now, a dominating performance just from you and the whole team, 13-1. You move on to the second round of the NJSIAA playoffs. So what does it take as far as preparation goes, you know, to get ready for the state game and, you know, knowing it's a one and done? So what goes into that feeling, and how do you and the guys just work every day to make sure you do your thing?
Yeah, our coach puts a lot of effort into making sure we have a good scout plan, and we're going to look at film over the next couple of days and run some plays, get everything going. But this is a very close group of boys with a huge senior class, and we're very tight, and we're going to do it for each other, try to get as far as we can in this thing and give it our best shot.
Well, excellent job. Thank you for coming out. Great win.
Yep.
Immaculata moving on to the second round of the NJSIAA. Here's our UCTV player of the game, Riley Rohrbach. Back to you, Pat.
Well, there you have it, folks. The player of the game, Riley Rohrbach, as I've touted to you multiple times in this broadcast, the unsung catalyst for the Immaculata Spartans' offensive attack. He played like this was his last game, and he definitely did a service to his seniors, to everyone on the team, winning all but one face-offs. That's it from Theoretic Field, with the Immaculata Spartans winning 13-1 over Camden Catholic, and the Spartans will advance to the second round of the NJSIA non-public playoffs. From Jacob Schmidt to Patrick Frauenheim to Rob Helwig to Serafina Rosati, we're signing off here at Theoretic Field. See you soon.